Hola. Okay. The spiel, it's Illuminastic. Some really good news on the conscious investing front. There are an increasing number of cryptocurrencies that are having uh, charitable or um, just really good social impact, global warming, deforestation coins, cancer charity coins. And, I'm an artist, I'm a musician. Uh, Over the years, I mean, everyone knows this, it's become like practically impossible for musicians to make a living because everyone can download their music. Uh, Fans get screwed because tickets get scalped. So we're going to talk about how some of these blockchain applications can help to end hunger, revolutionize the art and music industries. And I mean, I think there are tremendous potential to make a lot of money. There's an ICO. Well, it's not an ICO, but an actual launch tomorrow of a company that we can feel really good about getting behind. First and foremost, I want to say that I am not a financial advisor. I have more in common with Aleister Crowley than Warren Buffett, but I do think that a lot of these projects are really worthy and very, very likely to make a lot of money. So first and foremost, MindMed, the psilocybin pharmaceutical company, is going on NASDAQ tomorrow. That's the main reason originally that I decided to do this live stream because, I care a lot about my community. A lot of you guys have really helped me. Some of you are helping us tremendously as we speak. And I can't be thankful enough for the support that we've gotten from the community that we've built. And a lot of you guys have become friends. The Conscious Crypto group that I put a link to, it's really blown my mind how much has been happening within that group, how much support people are giving, the degree of interaction. Really, really happy about that. So if you're interested in conscious investing, do join that group. It's very, very small, and I'm being very exclusive about it. People can't just join. If I do get requests from people, I'll look at their profile. But it's got to be, they got to look really good and have really good answers to the questions. They're not getting in the group. There's not going to be any scammers. So very little tolerance for bullshit. Um, so another thing that I want to talk about a little bit is the social media platforms that are crypto blockchain based, and you can get paid in crypto to make content. There's Odyssey. What's up, Frowlin? Eventually we're just going to go through a big long list, but I just wanted to let everybody know, MindMed, the first time that I suggested that was like last November. Over the following 7 months, it did 11,050%, which is huge gains. And it's I mean, psilocybin is, obviously a tremendously powerful medicine. And something I'd like to offer you guys in terms of incentive, maybe to put some money into psilocybin, is the fact that there are applications that are not really well known that are going to expand the market cap for these companies. For example, Harmala alkaloids, MAOIs, have been discovered in psilocybin mushrooms, and these have been shown to treat inflammation, both neuroinflammation and like intestinal, I don't know what to call it, your guts inflammation. And so there are applications that aren't that well known that I think once they are discovered through clinic and what do you call it? Well, whatever. When the people in lab coats confirm this stuff, it's going to lead to new applications. Okay, so let me pull my list up here because there are just so many, and that's what happened today. I was thinking a lot of people are asking me for advice, and I've spent hundreds of hours just researching and researching and researching, and there's just so much market saturation all of a sudden, so much hopium, so many projects coming out. It's just so overwhelming, and there's so many. But I was really surprised to find that there were a ton of really good values investment type companies. So let's see. Well, okay, so here's the big news. Refinable launching tomorrow. And this is one that's close to my heart because it is allowing artists to have careers again, especially musicians. The ability to create, to make an NFT out of your music so that it can't be downloaded and stolen. So this platform will allow you to create your own NFTs, digitizing your content by tokenizing them into certifiably ownable and infinitely tradable goods. They will, they have their own metaverse where you can get discovered, you can trade and share with anyone. Customized distribution networks, supporting their users from entrepreneurs establishing their own storefronts to creators who love to share within their community how they want to distribute their content. Refinable is open to all types of art, from 2D images to 3D models, music, internet domains. So this is just going to be amazing, huge. Some people are calling it the Walmart of NFTs. And it looks like it was invested in by Binance, so it's pretty much guaranteed to go straight onto the Binance platform exchange. So that one is just that's like a sure thing. I mean, you put money into this tomorrow. The launch time, there's a countdown, and by the way, all of the links to everything we're going to talk about are in the description. And I don't have a tremendous amount of time because we are absolutely just going through hell today with our bank and Binance. We've been temporarily blocked from doing transactions, and this is like the next 48 hours are like the culmination of my months of research, and we've gathered the capital together, and then we got blocked by our bank, and then we got through that, and then we got blocked by Binance. So it's just but you guys have been a great community, and I want to make sure that we're able to empower each other and that I can make my contribution to that when it's critical. And I think that right now is a critical time. Obviously, Safe Moon is expected to do huge things. And I think it probably is. Of course, that's not really a conscious investing. But I think just thinking in terms of currency, I think it's practical. The sort of idea of having self-replicating currency is very attractive. By the way, while I'm thinking about it, I just want to give you guys a little bit of ammunition. A lot of normies are like, older people that just can't wrap their heads around what's happening with cryptocurrency, and they'll say things like, it doesn't really have any value. It's just, people are just agreeing to pretend that it does. Says the guy with a bunch of pieces of paper in his back pocket that have no actual purpose or value. It's just conditioning. Like, people are having a really hard time understanding that argument it's just completely ignorant. The blockchain technologies have tons of applications, and so there's that. And the other thing I wanted to mention is that you really have to do a lot of research to stay ahead of the curve, because if you think about how fast technology evolves, how fast it accelerates, due to the nature of the cryptocurrency market, I think what's happening is that a project like Cardano, that I still have faith in, will get a lot of traction. There's a lot of hype around it. But the technology evolves so fast that something can just pass right by and make a technology obsolete before their infrastructure is even in place. So I really encourage you guys to look at like ICO calendars and join private groups and do everything you can to stay ahead of the curve, because with market saturation as well, the circumstance is starting to look like if you don't get in at launch, then you're not really going to make any money. And there's going to be exceptions. I think Safe Moon is going to probably do one more rally at least. The fact that it is just barely behind Bitcoin in terms of search volume in Google, it's like number 2. And then NFT art finance is right behind Safe Moon. I think, yeah, SafeMoon is now at the top, and NFT art is right behind it. Uh, just absolutely incredible. Okay, so let's stay on track with this stuff because, like I said, I don't have a lot of time, but I do want to talk a little bit about some of these. Elongate is another one that is doing pretty well. There's a lot of excitement around the project, and 80% of profits go towards helping end world hunger. 80% is a big number. So I feel like that's a project that we could potentially feel really good about. And by the way, most of the projects that I'm talking about right now, I'm not coming from a place of necessarily like really focusing on investment potential. That's something you guys will have to look at and make determinations yourself. It is extremely difficult to make those kind of predictions with the market saturation that is currently that we're currently experiencing. But I think that live streams like this, building community and communicating and staying focused on values investment is the way that we can ensure that the projects that we're investing in actually go somewhere. We have the power to do that. That's one of the beautiful things about the crypto and blockchain space. Okay, so Regen NFT is another art activism. I really like this project. I think it's going to be amazing. It's kind of similar to the Fine coin that is launching tomorrow. But it's about networking to a much greater extent. They say on their website the Regen NFT Spirit teams are made up of anywhere from 3 to 12 people. So you build a team and join a vision whose needs match your talent. Teams are comprised of individuals with complementary skills. So you have somebody in design, somebody in business, somebody with a vision, technician and pollinator, and they will put you together in the group. So say you're a graphic designer and somebody else is a business major, and so they'll create these clusters of like-minded people and build NFTs with these teams. And I think it's an amazing sounding program, and I would really encourage you to look more deeply into Regen FT. I definitely will myself. Some of you guys might know that I have had personal issues with censorship. And so in an effort to fight back, I joined a video platform called Odyssey, which is you get paid Libri tokens for supporting creators, for creating your own content. And I just want to encourage you guys not to be discouraged by the fact that a lot of these blockchain social media platforms are full of right-wingers. If that's not your thing, it's certainly not mine. Although it's harder and harder for me to feel like I identify with any group. But that's a subject for another video. But the Odyssey, there's a link, and actually I would prefer for you guys to follow me there than YouTube, because I have been demonetized. While we're on the subject, I should mention that it's really helpful if you like, share, subscribe, and if you want to make a one-time contribution, there is an email in the description for Zelle and PayPal. And if you join our Patreon, you have access to exclusive content and secret streams. And some of you guys have mentioned to me that, where did all the metaphysics go? And that's pretty much where all the metaphysics have gone in this channel. And also, I just feel like this is a critical time for us to focus on empowering ourselves financially and making investitures of our spiritual development, so that we can ground that out and have some impact changing the world. Because that is really what this blockchain technology is about. It's about evolution. And so that's why my focus is there right now, because I feel like this is a critical time, and I feel like the window is closing. If you don't get in there now, you're going to miss it. And there's all sorts of people out there that are putting very small amounts of money in at the right time, getting very lucky, and people are having hundreds of millions of dollars from very, very small investments. Accidental billionaires. I mean, did you hear what I just said? That's a real thing. There are a couple of people that just toss some money into something at the right moment, and thinking they're going to make a few $1,000s, and now they're billionaires. I was watching a video with a guy that this happened to earlier today. So tremendous amount of potential to empower the right people. And then, of course, once we become empowered, we can empower like-minded people, and we can really change the momentum. A lot of environmentalists are saying that 2030, if things continue, that's only 9 years. We'll be at the point of no return. The Amazon rainforest, where I'm sitting right now, will be a gigantic dust bowl similar to the Sahara Desert, and we don't want that to happen. I really like it here, and I prefer the jungle to the desert. So, okay, so I wanted to mention Minds, which is basically Facebook, and there's already a lot of traffic. There's a link again to every single thing I'm mentioning in the description, and probably I won't talk about everything, but you guys can scroll through the description and you will find something. If you want to help fight cancer, there's neuro. If you're looking for environmental stuff, there's environmental stuff. Everything in the description. So Minds is like Facebook, except there's no censorship, and it's monetized. So you can get paid for creating content. Which is a lot better than Facebook getting paid for you creating content and stealing all of your information. So that's a good one. Minds, check it out. Okay, so Neuro is a BEP20 token. They're donating 1% of every transaction to brain cancer research. Some people are kind of critical that it's only 1%. But I think that considering the amount of money that these currencies are capable of generating, it's still probably significant. And they point out that 23.7% of brain tumors are malignant, 21% are malignant tumor survival rate, and it's the number one cause of cancer deaths in children. So it is definitely a worthy a cause. Okay, and then a big one today. This is one I think it's still early enough to get in. AquaGoat. I've seen a bunch of people in the groups on Facebook today talking about how they're selling their SafeMoon to buy AquaGoat. And AquaGoat is a yield-generating social cryptocurrency. Members of the AquaGoat ecosystem earn interest from network activity, all while benefiting the planet through our charitable partnerships. One of their agendas is to fight environmental damage caused by crypto mining, which makes sense. Trying to mitigate the damage done by an industry from within the industry is a social responsibility gesture that I think is very important. And so AquaGoat is similar to SafeMoon in the structure, except that only 2% of, in case you don't know, the way that SafeMoon works is that in part, 5% is distributed in the form of tokens whenever people buy or sell. And so that's where the safe part of the name comes from, because if the price is dropping, then you're getting more tokens because people are selling. And so when the dip comes and everyone buys, the price goes up. And so that's why SafeMoon is so outrageously popular in a nutshell. By the way, guys, I'll give you some advice right now that, well, it's not advice, it's just my observations. But I'm calling them shit whale shit whale bots. Basically, what I've noticed is that when the altcoin and Bitcoin market drops, the shitcoin market, or the moonshot tokens and all of that stuff, it shoots up. Dogecoin shoots up. As soon as it turns around, Dogecoin goes down and the moonshot projects drop, which is happening today. Every single time I've watched this cycle 3 times in the last month, it seems totally infallible. And I think I totally understand why, too. When the shit whales eat, they when they sell, they put all of the money back into the what about XLM? Is XLM Monero? Well, sure. I mean, I don't know that. Well, okay, your trust. That's where, Charles, you don't have to trust blockchain. That's part of the point. They're public ledgers. If they say they're giving 80% to fight world hunger, you can literally look yourself and make sure that it's true. That's one of the glories of blockchain technology. VeChain is another one that, although I don't think it really necessarily falls into the category of values investment, it kind of does, because what it allows or facilitates is for the tracking of goods from, say, farm to consumer with absolute accuracy. And so one of the biggest problems in a lot of industries is fake products. So, fake Chanel or fake Gucci or organic, non-organic GMO food being sold as non-GMO organic food. So with VeChain's public ledger distribution, or how would you say, like public public ledger distribution chain technology, I guess, you're able to ensure that you know exactly where an apple has been every step of the way from the farmer to the end consumer. So yeah, you don't have to trust them. You don't have to trust them. You can just look at the blockchain ledger and you can see what is happening. Okay, did we talk about NFT art? I think we did. They are an all art protocol, bringing in incentives for NFT holders by introducing NFT pro contracts and ownership-based farming in AMM constant liquidity pools. Art coins provide liquidity for those LPs specifically created for NFT pros. So it's a NFT shared ownership. Each NFT that is locked is transformed into an NFT Pro, a compatible ERC20 token, where more individuals can own a share of the item in question. Upon creation of an NFT Pro, whoever locks the NFT sets the rules of ownership transfer, with fees distributed to all share owners. Licensing rights are easy to control and can't be falsified. Governance and profit. Shareholders receive a secondary line of profit from sales of one-time license rights. So this is another project that's all about empowering artists and musicians, which is something that I think is really important. And again, this project is second only to SafeMoon in Google searches at the moment. Okay, the hemp coin, THC. This one, it doesn't look like people have a tremendous amount of confidence in the different exchanges. It is up today. But the concept, I think, is really important, and I wouldn't be surprised if it does really well. The hemp coin is a modern blockchain solution aiming to solve a key problem. Banks in the United States are not accepting fiat currency for hemp transactions. We're not talking about marijuana. We're talking about hemp. That is how ridiculous the elite control mechanisms are, and how antiquated and just awful they remain to this day. And so this is a currency that is being created by the hemp industry in order to get around the fact that they cannot use the banks. The issue and its roots trace back to the federal prohibition on hemp. Obviously, although hemp is now legal federally and on state levels across the board, the battle is being fought in legislation. Strict regulations are being placed upon growers, clearly showing the banks have remained cautious. There is now a decentralized way for consumers, businesses, and growers to transact. THC's blockchain payment solution aims to end these problems. For 5 years, it has been our mission to serve as a payment solution for businesses in the agriculture, hemp, and tobacco industries. Consumers can easily purchase goods and services using THC online and in person through businesses accepting the hemp coin. So, again, this is when people question the utility and application value of cryptocurrency. This is an example of why it is so important. It gives hemp farmers a way to transact and to store their wealth that is not dependent upon the prejudices of outdated dinosaur establishment. Okay, so again, you guys, there's links. Also, I don't have affiliate links for anything here, except I do get paid if you guys follow me on Odyssey. If you watch my videos on Odyssey instead of YouTube, I get a little bit of Libri, and the other affiliate link is for Minds. If you use my referral link, I do get a little bit, but all of the rest of this stuff, I'm not getting paid. I am only promoting this stuff because I think it has value in general and value for you as an investment. So Nano is another one. It's basically a eco-friendly version of Solana or maybe Cardano. It is there's no mining, there are no fees, and their goal is to create lightning fast, sustainable digital money. That's it. Their website's very simple, and it's a simple concept. But I've noticed that there is actually some buzz on social media around this group, and they don't have a lot of competition. And it's a good time to buy Nano, I think, because it's actually down, I think, 50% from the last time that I recommended it. But buy the dip. I'm really confident that that one will actually take off. Seeds is another great project. They are really slow to get off the ground. I don't think it's possible to buy it. So if you follow the link, you can at least follow the project and know when the launch is. For example, you can apply to be an ambassador. You can become an ally. They have different programs for people, and they will actually give you rewards and grants for regenerating the environment. They give interest-free loans for local projects. Collectively buying, owning, and sharing assets. For example, a while back, I wanted to invest in the pre-ICO shares of Commonwealth Fusion, and I didn't have enough money. So I started to realize that, this is routine. You can buy pre-ICO stocks, but this is how the elite keep the wealth concentrated, right? So if you want to buy the stocks when they still have, like, most of the gains happen before they I can't remember the word at the moment, but before they hit the NASDAQ or whatever, you can buy them at a fraction of the price, but only if you have like $10,000. And then the next time you invest through these exclusive brokerages, you have to spend even more money. So I had the idea that people that don't have a lot of money should form investment pools that allow them to access these investment opportunities that are normally very exclusive. And so this Seeds, that is one of their programs. They are aiming to reduce inequality with more equitable distribution of value and allocate money to fund community proposals. There are a lot of interviews with the founders of this group on YouTube, and I think it's a really excellent project. And I don't know what's taking them so long to actually launch, but I would really, really, really encourage you to follow them very closely. And now we have some environmental Save Earth. This group has already donated $188,000 to water charities, $22,000, Amazon Watch, $22,000, Save the Children, $22,000, the Water Project, $22,000. So they have these 4 charities that they donate money to, and they haven't been around for very long. Only the 27th of March, 2021, and so they've already had some pretty significant impact. I guess they somehow, if you are holding their coins, they'll pay your gas fees for you if you're swapping. They have their own exchange where you can swap other currencies for theirs. Oh, by the way, I didn't mention Student Coin. I did a live stream promoting that one the day of the launch, and since then it's about doubled. So, and that was maybe 48 hours ago. And I think that particular platform has some of the greatest potential of any of these. It allows people to create their own tokens and NFTs, and they have educational resources and training protocols. And that's definitely student ICO or student coin. I'm sorry. It's not in the description here, but if you look at my channel, you'll see a live stream that I did dedicated to that. Save Planet Earth. This is another brand new project. I did notice the other day on CoinMarketCap, it was actually exploding. It did like 500%, 600% in a few hours. That was probably the day of launch. So I don't think it's too late for this one either. And I was really, really surprised to see this project on the top gainers and losers on the gainers side of CoinMarketCap for several days in a row. And they are all about reforestation. They use the money that I don't see exactly how much. The website actually isn't even finished. This is a brand new project, it looks like. But there is a watch now button that you can click and watch a video with the founder. So let's see, what else do I have here? Potcoin. Oh, we didn't talk about Potcoin. Potcoin is similar to Hempcoin, except that it is it's geared towards the marijuana industry because they have the same problem that the hemp industry has, that the banks won't take their money. So they're just creating their own currency to get around it. I think we already talked about the neuro charity. So MindMed on NASDAQ tomorrow. So if I was you, I would probably buy some before it goes on the big exchange. The fact that it did 11,050% in 7 months while only listed on a small Canadian exchange last year is pretty incredible. So I think that is a project that has a lot of potential. And then what is the Peter Thiel backed? Let me get the name real quick. Thiel backed psilocybin company. Well, there's Compass Pathways. That's another one. But that's not the one that I was thinking of. I guess Peter Thiel, in case you're not aware, I don't know if it's Thiel or Thiel. He was one of the founding partners in Facebook. I don't think that he's involved anymore. And I guess he's throwing money at a bunch of psilocybin companies. But this one, ATAI Life Sciences, ATAI Life Sciences, I guess. Personally, I think this is going to be bigger than MindMed. So if you're looking to invest in a psychedelics company, I think that this is probably the one. Commonwealth Fusion for energy. I don't know if I mentioned that. It's in the pre. I can't remember the word. Before it hits the market, you can buy it, but you have to have $10,000. Okay, so I have way too much to do to keep rambling on here. So please do me a favor and hit the like button, share, subscribe, support us on Patreon, or send one time. I do a tremendous amount of research, man, to get this information together for you guys. And I think that every one of those projects that I named, and that there are links to in the description of this live stream, they're all worthy, and all of them are likely to varying degrees to make you a lot of money. So yeah, let's see. I didn't see any of the chat because I was looking at other screens. So let's see if there's anything. XLM. Okay, somebody asked about that. Stellar Lumens. Is that Monero? That's not Monero. I've seen Stellar, and I know that it's popular. It's probably a good investment. The thing is, you guys, most of these, unless it's really a stanky ass shitcoin, like if you're gonna hold it, it still seems that, I mean, historically at least, almost all of these coins will appreciate in value over time. I mean, it's still a relatively young industry, and there are so many applications for blockchain technologies and cryptocurrencies that as the space evolves, there might be a lot of market saturation, but there's going to be utility and niches that can be filled by, there's room for a tremendous number. I thought you were asking about Monero. Those guys are gangsters. They are basically like advertising offshore tax refuge, hide your money, like openly. I think that's great. I'm an old school outlaw, and I am all about that. So those guys, I'm scared. I'm not going to touch it with a 10-foot pole because I feel like Babylon, the big banks, the financial regulators, they're just starting to try to figure out how to come after this stuff. They really feel threatened, which makes me feel really good about the technology. Um, Look into RSR, ER. Yeah, I haven't heard any of that stuff, and I'm really stoked to hear about it. A bit late, hey all. So who are the crypto bulls? Uh, Fernando, look in the description. And again, this is focused mostly on um, values investing, not so much. I mean, look, you guys, all of this stuff is really volatile. It's all a gamble. And the reason that it's so hard to motivate people to invest from a purely values inspired place is that values investing tends to be a little bit slower than just putting money where money's gonna make money. You know what I mean? The safe moons and the Dogecoin, just like wank stank coin money pointlessness. Although I don't know that that's really the truth, that it's pointless. I mean, having currency that just serves a utility like SafeMoon, I mean, it's a smart technology, and I don't see any reason not to support smart technologies, even if they aren't as long as they're not doing anything particularly destructive. But one other thing that I wanted to mention, other than ADA Cardano, it sounds like everybody's been sitting around waiting for these coins to explode, the ADA, and including myself, man. I really just let it sit there, thinking that middle of April, like everyone was predicting, it was going to explode, and I could have 10x that money in the time that it was just sitting there in my wallet in Cardano waiting. But I think that finally, we after this last dip, we are bullish again all across the board. And it sounds like Cardano is the Africa event is coming up, and the infrastructure is getting closer and closer to being in place. And I still do believe in that project. I hear that they have set aside $5 billion for charities since the project's inception. That is a fuck ton of money. And I've watched a lot of interviews with the founder, and I think that he's really sincere. He means what he's saying. He believes in what he's doing. So Cardano is definitely a go, I think. Atom, ATOM, I have no idea what they're doing, but I do know that Coin Bureau and Journey and some other ones are bullish on that one, and those guys are always right. That, by the way, if you're not following Coin Bureau or Journey Crypto, you definitely should. I don't think you really need any other, and at least for the top 10s and 20s, if the Journey guy has a private group that looks for altcoin gems, he's probably super good at it and can probably help you make a lot of money. So whatever he's charging, I'm sure it's worth it. I mean, he strikes me as a very honest and competent person. So that's another bit of non-advice that I can offer. Also, Solana. It is an extremely complex technology, and the Coin Bureau guy, speaking of, says that it is the scalability of it is incredible. And I had noticed that's almost all I'm holding right now in terms of the top 10s or top 20s, and it is it very consistently does 13% to 25% every day, or most days, maybe, I guess I would say. And another characteristic of it that I have noticed is that when the rest of the market is dipping, Solana is still sitting there doing 25% or 13%. So that is also another one that does that, is the Nano that I mentioned, the eco-friendly altcoin. And it's very, very cheap right now. I think that one's a good buy, but long term, and that's another thing that I would stress about this values investment. Obviously, these are not one night stand, except, the Save the Planet one did 500 or 600% in a couple hours the other day. So it's not out of the question that these, what'd you call it, conscious crypto coins, currencies will just blow the fuck up. They do. So I'm not ruling that out. what else do we have to say about this before? I'm gonna go fishing, man, because I've been sitting in front of a computer just researching, driving myself insane. It is so stressful, and because we are overseas and our bank is in the U.S., it's really we have a lot of trouble. And you guys know if you do this day trading with crypto, you have to be able to act quickly. And man, we have just it's just been really hard with the banks and they notice that we're not in the US or whatever. And I mean, man, I don't know how people do it. Day traders that just go all over the planet. I guess maybe if you have everything set up really well before you get involved, I don't know, but watch out for that, man. If you get involved with this stuff and you start traveling, you have a lot of problems. We have had a lot of problems. So the biggest bullet point presentation of this, if you guys want to make a bunch of money and support artists, man. I'm a musician, and it has really hurt the quality of the music because only the mainstream, like really big mainstream artists like Nicki Minaj and the Justin Biebers of the world, pop, really shallow, terrible pop music and awful mumble rap and stuff. Those are the only people that are able to still go the old-fashioned route and get a record label and do that whole thing. And so the promise of NFTs to rejuvenate and to support and empower individual artists is huge. And as far as I'm concerned, that is one of the most important elements of any kind of conscious evolution. Because it is, like Timothy Leary said, the musicians are the high priests of the generation. And I know from experience and with certainty that the consciousness of the musicians that are making the music is communicated to the people that are receiving these vibrations. And if you have illuminated, empowered musicians out there, they're going to impact consciousness. That's really what the Grateful Dead was about. That's what a band like Tool is about. That's what Pink Floyd was doing. That's why these bands are so timeless. That's why they're so big. I think it's one of the greatest arguments against just blind materialism that it's not religion, but the bands that have stood the test of time, the rock bands that people still listen to, every single one of them had some kind of connection to some kind of concept of higher consciousness or spirituality. Led Zeppelin, the Grateful Dead, Pink Floyd, Tool, the ones that just don't go away had some kind of mystical inclination, and all of the ones that don't are totally forgotten. And so if we want to see a resurgence of that type of artistry in the mainstream, NFTs are the way to do it, and you have an opportunity to make a fuck ton of money, more than likely, and to support artists like that by, let's see, what do we have here for the refinable? We have 14 hours, 13 minutes, and 16, 15, 14 hours basically. Be ready. I think what you have to do is get some BNB or something and go to Pancake Swap, and that's how you acquire the coin. But thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you for your support, and we'll see you next time.